Hello everyone! Welcome back to Talk to Me in Tagalog. This lesson is about the Tagalog personal pronouns that belong to the so-called ang group. Don't worry too much about the grouping of pronouns, just focus on how they are used instead. The first one on our list is the pronoun ako, which means I in English. We will talk more about ako in a while. Next, we have the two Tagalog equivalent of the word you, and they are ikaw and ka. Ikaw, ka. I'll tell you the difference between the two shortly. Then we have siya, which means he or she. Siya is a gender-neutral pronoun, so you can use it to both male and female subjects. Next is kami, which means we or us, excluding the person spoken to. Then there's tayo, which also means we or us, but this time, the person spoken to is included. You'll know more about it through some examples later. The next personal pronoun on our list is kayo, which is the plural form of you. Kayo is also the polite form of the pronoun ikaw. So when talking to the elders, instead of using ikaw, you should use kayo. Next is sila, which means they. The last one is the pronoun kita. Kita is another form of you and is used when I am the doer of the action and you are the object or receiver of the action. I know it sounds confusing right now, but keep watching until the end of the video so you would understand clearly how kita is used in Tagalog sentences. Let's now discuss the pronoun ako. Just like in English, ako is used to talk about yourself. It can be placed at the beginning, in the middle, and at the end of a sentence. For example, ako ay Filipino, meaning I am a Filipino. The word I is used to link the subject ako and the predicate Filipino. I suggest that you also watch our video about Tagalog linkers to know more about the word I. Ako is also used to introduce yourself in Tagalog like ako po si Riza, which means I am Riza. Si is a word that marks a person's name while po is used to be polite. As I've said earlier, ako can be placed at the end of a sentence. Like instead of ako ay Filipino, you may say Filipino ako, which also means I am a Filipino. Another example is masaya ako. Masaya is happy, so masaya ako means I am happy. Ako can also be placed in the middle of a sentence. For example, nakatira ako sa Qatar. Nakatira is live or living, while the word sa marks the location or name of a place. So it means, I live in Qatar. Nakatira ako sa Qatar. Let's now move on to the pronoun ikaw. Ikaw means you and refers to the singular person that you are talking to. It is commonly placed at the beginning of a sentence. Ikaw can also stand alone as a short answer. Here are some examples. Ikaw ay mabuting kaibigan. Mabuti means good or kind, and kaibigan means friend. You might be wondering why there's ng or nang after the word mabuti. Nang links mabuti to the word kaibigan to make it mabuting kaibigan, which translates perfectly to good friend in Tagalog. You will find the link to the lesson about nang at the end of this video. So ikaw ay mabuting kaibigan means you are a good friend. Next is, ikaw ang magsara ng pinto. The root word sara means close and pinto is door. Ikaw ang magsara ng pinto means you should be the one to close or shut the door, not somebody else. Ikaw ang magsara ng pinto. Ikaw as a short answer is shown in our next example. Sino ang maglalaba ng mga kumot? Sino means who. Ang is used to mark objects. Maglalaba is to wash or do the laundry. Kumot means blanket, while mga is used to make the object kumot plural, meaning blankets. Ikaw o ako? O means or. You may also say ako o ikaw, which means the same. If you want the person you are talking to wash the blankets, you simply say ikaw, meaning you do the laundry. Tagalog has another word for the pronoun you, which is ka. Ka. You will often hear ka between two people talking. There's no better way to explain the use of ka than through examples. Just bear in mind that ka is never used at the beginning of a sentence. It's always placed either in the middle or at the end of a sentence. Take a look at the first example. Payat ka. Payat is thin or slim. In English, it's like saying thin you. But of course, what we want to say is you are thin. You should never say payat ikaw because ikaw is not used at the end of a sentence. So it should be ka. Payat ka. You are thin or slim. Next example is, hindi ka kumain kagabi? Hindi ka kumain kagabi? Hindi means not or did not in this sentence. Kumain is ate. It's the past tense of the root word kain meaning eat. And kagabi means last night. It's like confirming with the person you're addressing that he did not eat last night. Hindi ka kumain kagabi? You didn't eat last night? Then we have umuwi ka agad. Umuwi ka agad. Umuwi is to come home and agad means soon or immediately. Umuwi ka agad means you come home immediately. In English, you is sometimes omitted, but in Tagalog, ka must be mentioned for the sentence to make sense. The next Tagalog pronoun that we will discuss is siya. Siya. Siya is used to talk about someone else and refers to both genders, male and female, so it means both he and she. The first example is a piece of cake. Hindi ako, hindi ikaw, siya, not me, not you, him, or her. Next we have, siya ang pinsan kong si Roderick. Pinsan is cousin, ko means my, so pinsan ko means my cousin. Siya ang pinsan kong si Roderick. He is my cousin Roderick. Then we have, kaedad ko siya. Kaedad means the same age. Kaedad ko siya is he or she is the same age as me. Next example is, tamad si Ria pero matalino siya. Tamad means lazy, pero means but, and matalino is intelligent. Tamad si Ria pero matalino siya. Ria is lazy but she's intelligent. We will now move on to the pronoun kami. Kami. Kami means we or us, but it does not include the person spoken to. Imagine that you, me, and friend A are talking. Pupunta kami sa Prague bukas. Pupunta is the future tense of punta or go. So pupunta means will go. Bukas is tomorrow, so pupunta kami sa Prague bukas means we will go to Prague tomorrow. Kami is used because I'm telling you that friend A and I are going to Prague tomorrow without you. It's just the two of us who will go there and not you. Next is, kami ang nanalo sa palaro. Nanalo means winner or the one who won, and palaro is game. Kami ang nanalo sa palaro is telling you that we, not you, are the winners of the game. Another example is, kasali ba kami? Kasali ba kami? Kasali is to be included in a group or an activity. Ba is a particle that is used to form a question, but we will discuss it in another video. Kasali ba kami means, are we included? The next Tagalog pronoun is tayo. Tayo. Tayo also means we or us, but this time, the person spoken to is included. Imagine you and I are talking inside the classroom. Tayo ay masyadong maingay. Masyado means very or too much. Maingay means noisy. It means that the two of us are so noisy. Tayo ay masyadong maingay. Next is, tayo ay magkaibigan. Magkaibigan means friends. So it means that you and I are friends. We are friends. Tayo is not limited to two persons, so let's include friend A in our conversation. Hindi tayo binigyan ng pagkakataon. Binigyan is given, pagkakataon is chance. This sentence means you, me, and friend A were not given a chance. For example, to explain, hindi tayo binigyan ng pagkakataon. We weren't given a chance. Let's now talk about the pronoun kayo. Kayo. Kayo has two common uses. One, as the plural form of you and is used when you're talking to a group of people excluding yourself. Take a look at the first example. Imagine you're the host of the Miss Universe beauty pageant and you're addressing all the contestants. Lahat kayo ay magaganda. Lahat means all and magaganda is beautiful. Lahat kayo ay magaganda is like you're telling all the contestants that all of them are beautiful. Next, we have kayo ang maglilinis ng kusina. Maglilinis means will clean and kusina is kitchen. Kayo ang maglilinis ng kusina is telling a group of people that only them will clean up the kitchen, not you. Kayo ang maglilinis ng kusina. Kayo is also the polite form of the pronoun ikaw, which is usually used when talking to people older than you or those in higher positions. For example, if you're talking to your friend's mother, you should say, ingat po kayo. Ingat means to take care of oneself, and po is an honorific word to show politeness. You should never say ingat ka, which is the casual form of ingat po kayo, because you might be seen as impolite. Our next Tagalog pronoun is sila. Sila. Sila means they and is used to talk about two or more people excluding yourself and the person spoken to. For example, you and I are talking about our friends A, B, and C. Galing sila sa pabrika. Galing means to come from a certain place and pabrika is factory. Galing sila sa pabrika. They came from the factory. Sila ay nagluluto ng adobong manok. Nagluluto means cooking and adobong manok or chicken is a popular Filipino dish. You may also say nagluluto sila ng adobong manok, which also means they are cooking chicken adobo. Next we have nag-jeep na lang sila. Jeepney is a mode of transportation in the Philippines. The word na indicates that the action has already been taken and lang means just or only. Nag-jeep na lang sila means they just took the jeepney instead of riding something else. The last pronoun in the ang group is kita. Kita. It's important that you pay attention to this pronoun because many Tagalog learners find it challenging. Kita is used when the speaker is doing something for the listener. The speaker is the doer of the action and the listener is the object or receiver of the action. It's like saying from me to you. To make it simple, just remember the pattern I, verb, you. I, verb, you. For example, mahal kita. Mahal is love. Saying mahal kita to someone means that that person is the receiver of your love or that someone is loved by you. Mahal kita. I love you. Next is bibigyan kita ng regalo. Bibigyan is the future tense of the word bigay meaning will give. Regalo is gift. Bibigyan kita ng regalo means I will give you a gift. I use the pronoun kita because you are the receiver of the action bigay or give. Then we have nakita kita sa Dubai noong isang buwan. Nakita means saw, noon is last, isa is one, and buwan means month. Nakita kita sa Dubai noong isang buwan. I saw you in Dubai last month. Another example is, ipagluluto kita ng tinola. Ipagluluto means to cook for someone. Tinola is a Filipino chicken stew. Again, pronoun kita is used since you are the receiver of the action word ipagluluto. Ipagluluto kita ng tinola. I will cook tinola for you. Next is, hindi kita naiintindihan. Hindi in this sentence means do not. Naiintindihan is the present tense of the word intindi, meaning to understand. Hindi kita naiintindihan means I don't understand you. To state the opposite, you should say naiintindihan kita. I understand you. Our last example is, isasama kita sa Disneyland. Isama is to take someone with you to some place. Isasama kita sa Disneyland. I will take you to Disneyland. Well, that's all for now. Thank you for watching, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Salamat po!